Guten Manana. I think we finally might have enough bananas. I was thinking of not putting this in the video, but I want you guys to know that I am fairly honest. Fairly honest. I forgot to take packages to the office to clients yesterday. I was gonna do it on my way out when we were going to Lufkin, but I forgot. I mean, it's not gonna be a big deal. None of these people are gonna be mad. Things have been going out in a timely fashion, more or less. But it is best practices to get packages out as quickly. For nothing else, because like, even if you're shipping way ahead of time, the faster it gets there, the happier your customer's gonna be. So we are doing this first thing so they get out as fast as possible. Fast package equal happy customer. It's basic science. I also have a slightly selfish motivation as well, because this allows me to go get coffee right away, which is what an addict enjoys. This is a harbinger of things to come. It's gonna be even worse during Christmas. I'll make a prediction since we're here. I bet Christmas it's about 2 carloads a day. Yeah, probably 2. Man, their counter is gonna be full. Couple left that I have to take to the post office, an international and a custom order. Something I will just mention briefly is a lot of you ordered your very own Gratitude Gang Chihuahua from the Scottish 3D. He messaged me, he's like, I woke up with a whole bunch of orders. I have no idea what he sounds like. Probably doesn't even sound like that. Until I actually hear him talk, I'm just gonna imagine he's like an extra from Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure or whatever it's called. But yeah, I guess I'll talk to him, but we're probably gonna keep that link open a while. It'll be in the description. In case you missed it last time, he is willing to make a whole bunch of the Chihuahuas that you guys see at the end of the video. And you can get your very own, and then you send me a selfie or some kind of picture with it on Facebook, and then I'm gonna put it in like a montage or something. I guess I'm gonna probably have to do it at the end of the video, because if it's at the beginning of the video and like hundreds of people do this, it's like, do people really want to wait through like a huge number of photos at the beginning of the video? It'll be at the end, but the end is a great place too, you know? I'm just trying to think ahead, like 1,000 people might do this or something crazy, you know? You have no idea, I don't know. Well, and I've seen a lot of other videos. They have like supporters on Patreon and stuff like that, and they usually roll that at the end, so it's kind of the customary thing to do. But I'll probably put, I realize the heat is on in here. What am I doing? I'll probably put like one of my songs under it or something, because like I know that's royalty free, and like the last thing, I really learned my lesson with getting stuff flagged on YouTube. Boss move. Fait accompli. This guy here just pulled in, and I think he was watching an episode of the Golden Girls. Pretty fun to be getting coffee right away. This is the kind of variety that I get to have in my life. Coffee now or coffee later. Dunk it any way you wanna, dunk it any way you wanna. Let me get a large cold brew with cream.
Large cold brew with cream, all right. Second meal.
I think that will be sufficient. Yep.
You can pull forward.
Okay, thanks. That was quite a pause. $4.54 worth of life fulfillment. A question that does sometimes get asked is like, what are the downsides of entrepreneurship? Even in a good scenario, like there really are some. And one is like, even when I do everything perfect, which I didn't do everything perfect, I should have delivered about half those packages yesterday, like I said, you just start getting paranoid. You just start thinking like, wait, what if it's that one person? What if that one person is like the person that was gonna not get mad, but then they get mad because like it's one day later than they were expecting, or whatever it is. I think it really comes from not just doing this, but also waiting tables and doing delivery. Because you just know there are those people out there that you can do like basically everything right with, and then they're just gonna be super mad for no reason. And then what happens if you do something slightly worse for that person? They're just gonna act like it's the end of the world and leave a scathing review. And like that paranoia is just real, and it's useful, because then it makes you really not do anything. Like, you almost have to have it. It makes you not do anything that could possibly anger an irrational person. And that's kind of how you have to be. Ultimately, it's not that big a deal, but like, just know that's a thing. If you've ever waited tables and just had somebody go nuclear on you for no reason, it's something you don't forget. Those are the moments where you grow a little. I've acquired a certain set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like myself. Anyway, just wanted to do that right away. Customers come first in my heart. It's a roundup that morning. Something kind of basic here. Gargoyle guitar knobs. Somebody ordered 4 of them. We got a classic Einstein, fresh off the presses. I think in German the word for press and printer would be the same. Druck. Maybe not. A Gandalf pipe holder. When I first introduced the Gandalf pipe holder back in the day, man, sold a billion of them, but they still sell every once in a while. We have a T-Rex. We've got a Celtic Skull trash can. That David's coming along good, but most excitingly, the last piece of the tacos. Oh yeah, or the taco, rather. We're going to paint all pieces today. Oh man, we gotta go to Lowe's and get a bolt. Yup. In fact, I should probably stock up on some of those bolts, because we're likely to sell some things that need some bolts over Christmas. Mimic trash cans coming along. This is not a seam. It's just I had it at a slower speed for a little bit. Once it gets painted, it will look fine. We're gonna order hot ends and get this one fixed. D20, D20, and of course a pipe can. And this one is just extra. I think I want 3 or 4 pipe cans extra. Oh yeah, the one thing a day that I don't feel like doing, I could count the package thing, but that's something I do all the time, so we won't. I think I'm finally, actually this time, going to do the thing where we bring in all these boxes finally. Technically I could just leave them out here, but it's gonna get crazy. Now I'm debating the merits of whether I just keep them out here. No, we're gonna bring them in. The fact that I don't want to bring them in is the reason I'm bringing them in. But yeah, I gotta move this. We had a little bit of scrap up here. It's worth vocalizing this. Something I think I'm gonna do with the proceeds from hopefully massive profits from Christmas. Could be really slow, I don't know. It never has been before though. But anyway, something I'm wanting to do with the proceeds is maybe buy like those big industrial size blenders, or at least one, and just see if it can make the process of recycling faster. Because I've thought about like how to make it more efficient and stuff, and obviously one of the most obvious things is batching, you know, doing larger batches instead of smaller batches. Some of those big scary blenders you see at like juice shops or smoothie places or whatever, it's like, I bet they could blend up some plastic for real. I want to say they're like $300-400, which is a lot, but you don't know unless you try, and we should have plenty of profit left over after this harrowing Christmas season. Oh yeah, the thing that inspired that idea is, you guys, longtime viewers, will remember the Vitamix blender I got from the last Lufkin trip. And that thing is terrifyingly powerful. And it's not even really one of the big ones, but it's like an 80s or 70s Vitamix blender. And I could imagine putting a lot of scrap in something that powerful and it actually working. So, man, if we get a modern, like, professional blender, industrial blender, I just want to see what that would do. As you saw before, one of the things that got done was the last piece of the taco, so I think I'm going to assemble it, and then we'll paint it, and I don't know if we'll get pictures of it today, but at least by tomorrow. The shell, the meat, the onions, the tomatoes. Granted, these kind of like blend together because they're all the same color at this point, of course. But, yeah. Technically, I don't have the bolts in, so they're not perfectly aligned. But it's looking pretty taco-y, huh? I actually don't have the pieces perfectly aligned, but, I mean, it's a taco. It'll look very taco-esque, you know, once it's done. Making some food from Berkshire Brothers, I showed before, but we're gonna clean up a couple things here. I guess we'll play some cassettes after this. Yeah. Yet another David. Pretty much came out perfect, but we got a couple things here and there. Oh yeah, somebody left a comment about the heat gun. Something I want to say, because I can say it. Before I started using a heat gun, I never heard of anybody using one. Like, I think it's a pretty common thing in 3D printing for people to get a heat gun and use it for various things. But I was not aware of anyone on the internet, so far as I knew of, at least. I'm sure somebody did, but I've been doing this for 6 years, and when I started using the heat gun, I was the first that I knew of. Granted, it's kind of common sense, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of people doing it, but I didn't get it from anybody. I just thought, hey, I could probably melt plastic with this thing. It's really funny that if you've been doing 3D printing for 6 years at this point, that like makes you a dinosaur. We've got the gargoyle guitar knobs. There was a time when I was trying to take over the guitar knob game, but I kind of stopped because they do sell well. I mean, I still sell these, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago, but like, there's like very little profit. I could charge like 20 bucks for a set or 30 bucks or something, but it just seems kind of ridiculous for what it is. But anyway, they've got little wispies. Otherwise, there's nothing to them really. Feels like bullying. Amazingly, I think I actually need to make more spools. Kind of out up there, and we don't have any on the end there. We just have a few right here, but we're already running out of spools, baby. They actually are supposed to be black, so these are ready to go out. Everybody gets a cupcake. Bacon wrapped chicken, peanut sauce, and as much of this fruit as I feel like eating. Healthy-ish meals don't have to be untasty. Ugh, just painted all the parts of the taco. It's a decent amount of surface area, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool. It looks, I don't know if tasty is the right word, but if you have a taco shop or taco truck or something, it's something I could imagine being part of the ambiance, the decor. Plus, I love tacos, so it's nice to just be part of the process. So a few of you may remember way at the beginning of this series, or at least towards the beginning of this series, that I bought a couple of Unrepaired smaller printers because I was going to use the parts from them to build S5s, but then I just found S5s for sale, and that's where the trips came in. But I am going to put together and fix whatever's wrong with the smaller printers that I bought, because we're probably gonna need some new troops here. This is a CR10S Road. I don't think I've ever had one of these, but I assume whatever's wrong with it is probably something I can fix. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that I got these for 80 or 90 bucks all in. Apparently it comes with a fancy tiny spool, so that's fun. And we got all the goodies here. Yep, pretty much what I was expecting. Yeah, just all the standard stuff. I have so many of these scraper tools. I guess this is another thing to talk about. Like, I just kind of put them everywhere. Like, almost every printer has a scraper next to it, because like, you might as well just make it super convenient, you know, why not? There, we'll just put it there. While I'm thinking about it, let's make Christmas colors. Let's see, Chucky can be red. Please work, please work. There we go. Maybe we'll make all these guys green along the perimeter. The perimeter's green. Let's make this red as well. The blue's been nice, but let's see how green looks. Maybe we'll go red here as well. Yeah. This side, let me see here. I don't know, let's keep the top green, and we'll put the stuff on the bottom red. I guess we'll do that green. Maybe we'll keep the logo green, but we'll make the light shining on it red. I guess that kind of works. I also don't have the lights around the door lit up. Let's just get a look at it real quick. Pretty Christmassy. Yep, we'll turn off the lights at the end of the day and get a look at it, but yeah, that works. Haha, yeah. I should put lights around this guy. Maybe we should have done like Halloween colors for Halloween. So I haven't changed the LED sign since we did this, but I think this needs a Christmas upgrade. Look at all the options. Pac-Man. We'll stop messing around. America. Check that out, it's the Northern Lights. Haha. There we go. I think that's what we're gonna go with. A nice Christmas tree. Yeah, there we go. Christmas tree. Very fun. We'll just do a quick walkthrough. I'm feeling extra festive today. There we go. Wait, we need one more element. Oh yeah. All right, let's actually put together that printer. Snipping at your nose. Guess it comes as one big piece here. Clearly somebody was trying to do some bed leveling here at some point.
Dreaming of white Christmas.
There's a weird problem. I can't quite get the screws to connect to this. I got one of them, but we're taking off the bottom plate here and figuring out what's going on. Here's a tip for you. If you ever get one of these stripped out, just latch onto it with needle nose vice grips. Get it loose enough, should come right off. We have liftoff. Ha-ha! I think. This does look like a menu, and it's doing stuff. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna see if the hot end heats up. Looks like it's doing something there for a second. And if the bed heats up, and if all the motors work, then logically, I don't know why this wouldn't work. It says it's heating. We are seeing temperature increase. What about the bed? Yeah, it looks like it's warming up as well. So that's a good sign. It is raising up. It's nice that it makes a sound. About to move the X. Okay, that's working. About to move the Y. Yep, that's working. I can't see any obvious reason why this wouldn't print, considering all the motors are moving and everything is heating. So I guess we'll just give it a whirl. This bed is pretty wobbly, so we just gotta tighten that. Maybe that's why the customer returned this. It really could be something that stupid. Here's a possibility. The things are tightened and stuff, but this is still a little wiggly. It feels like, you know those like wheel things that the carriage attaches to this to? It feels like they might be a little loose. Maybe that being loose caused these prints to not work, and perhaps that's why a customer returned this. It really could be something that simple. I've never worked on one of these, but I feel like the easiest way is going to be to detach the bed, and it looks like there's a way to tighten the wheels from there. Little tip for getting these wheels off: instead of just turning, press down, and then start spinning them like that. Yep. Way faster. Yeah, looks like a only slightly different than normal CR cart carriage underneath. The only difference is it seems to have two things that it goes along. I guess that would be better. This is sort of like the layout of an S5, except really small. Yeah, some of these are pretty loose. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be where all of these wheels are tight, but at least a few of them should be, and it's kind of better for them to be sort of tight at least. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Also, I realized I did not have to take off this bed, because wrench just goes like that. I don't have one like this, so sue me. Yeah, that's so much better. This is not moving at all. Remember, I got this, I believe, for 90 bucks. Seems to be homing correctly. I don't think I see any problems with this at all. I think I discovered another problem. This level sensor just bumps into the thing and doesn't stop it. But I think I discovered a solution to that. It's doing the Y-axis home, and then you'll notice this is going down. And it stops. And it stops. So that's how that's gonna work, I guess. Well, we have everything we need to do a test print. I might swap out the nozzle or something, but I don't know, we're just gonna go for it. I'm glad it came with its own card. I'd hate to have to use my extras. Check that out. They're printing green. Haha. Okay, apparently this uses a different size nozzle. I think that's the old Mark 8 size nozzles. Maybe we'll have to get some. It came with a spare, so we'll just roll with that for now. Here we go. We are printing Test Dog. We'll let it go for a bit. Maybe I shouldn't have put it printing there, but we have a project to do, which I've been needing to do, which is bring in those boxes. It's been a long time coming. I think this will be okay. It looks like that first layer is coming along. As we learned early on in the series, for some reason things just don't go well when you try to recycle these spool bits. So we're throwing that away, and I guess we're keeping everything else. Remember, if you refuse to be your own master, somebody else won't. Ugh. That's a pretty good trip. in the middle of this print, it turned off the hotbed, but it was a software thing. It's not like the hotbed stopped working. It just stopped. But then I turned it on again and it is fine. So that's a weird one. Getting there. Wait a second. Was the Truman Show was like a human zoo? Was it originally like gonna be called The Human Show? Man, I bet you almost anything that's where that started. And then The Human Show just sounded too weird, so they started calling it The Truman Show. I bet you that happened. Okay, I still got the one thing of scrap here, but I'm kind of almost running out of room in the next room. It's kind of just behind the seats here. Let's just put the boxes here and we'll be fine. I bet you anything The Truman Show was originally called The Human Show. It just feels like that's gotta be true. Let's put this over there. Also, fun fact about the lobby, it has lights too. Let's make them green. Yeah, nothing but green. It's really hard not to just sit here and mess with this. Once more, we play a dangerous game. One pin only. To be or not to be. That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows that flesh is heir to, or by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, must give us pause. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. I think we can say this works. We don't have to do the whole thing, but that's gonna take a second to get this off. But yeah, I think we've got a working printer here. Well, we've got this set up here. We'll probably put together the second one tomorrow. I've got 2 of these. And I think I'm just gonna have it make spools for a while, because we need them. Spool man! Spools out for summer. Check that out. Yeah. 3 of the pegs over here are full. We've only got a couple more. Sharky boy. I just figured out that this Z-axis motor needed to be replaced. It was doing, bad motors do this thing where they're like all wiggly like this. And I guess I didn't notice it at first, but I did, and I replaced it, and now it's working perfectly. That's probably why this was returned, because the person didn't know how to replace motors. So in other words, something that I don't even know how much this costs because I just have extra ones. That tiny little thing is why I got this for 80 or 90 bucks. We're gonna finish up these 2 spools, but we made a lot of filament today, a ton. It's really coming together. This whole wall, solid. Got this guy, that one, and 2 spools that are going here will make this one full. Then we just got some weird random junk filament here. And I mean, look at this. These 3 are from today. So we are going to be full here pretty soon. We have some additional space up here. I've got some of these colored filaments. Maybe we'll put them on the other side. We can get a few stacks. We've got space for a few stacks here. But yeah, like I bet within a week, basically everywhere that could have filament is going to have filament. We will be so ready. Oh yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be taco time. The taco is probably finished. So we will go get a bolt to bolt it all together and get some pictures. That's pretty exciting. All right. Oh man, what a day. Ugh. I never know in these videos if it really comes across how much stuff I'm doing. Like, I mean, I probably would have gotten a little more packaging done. We do have some stuff to paint here. and whatnot. But I really wanted to get that new printer working, and it is. And that's going to be really, really valuable because that's the size that can pump out the little sharks. God only knows how many of those we're going to sell this Christmas. Oh yeah, I got the extra hot ends ordered today. I think there's, I actually don't know, at least 12 that are coming. I figured that's probably enough to get all of the printers done. We're also going to take some of my parts printers and combine stuff together and just see how many functional printers we can make out of all of that stuff. And then like after doing that, if I think I need some more, maybe I'll buy some more unrepaired printers like we did today and put those together. On the Q&A a while back, there was a question that said something like, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently? And I knew in my head that there was a better answer to that. And what it is I would find broken printers and buy them and then just fix them. Like the one today, you know, I never bought one of those back in the day, but they were like $400 or $500. They'd be a lot less now. I don't know how much you'd get one for, maybe $200 or $300. But I paid, I think, $90 for that. And the only thing that was really wrong with it, I mean, the bed did need kind of tightened up. So that was valid. But it just needed a stepper motor for one of the Z-axes. And that's like, even if you had to buy it new, you can get them, they're like 10 bucks a piece, I think. It's probably gonna be a real good printer. I mean, a lot of those returned printers, people have only printed with them a couple times. It's effectively brand new. So yeah, that's maybe some good advice for some of you out there that are building up your new businesses. If you know how to work on printers, which is a bit of an art, I guess, but you can watch YouTube videos and stuff, just buy broken printers. As long as the control board isn't broken, it's almost always worth it. And the control board is very, very rarely the problem, especially with like a brand new printer. I've replaced 2 control boards this entire time, I think. Maybe only one. It just seems like there was another one. Yeah, out of like 40 some printers or something. Yeah, that was like the thing that was in the back of my mind that I couldn't quite reach when I was answering that question. I was real tired. That was election day. It was a long day. Right. Gratitude, that's why we're here. Well, I say this almost every time, but I am really grateful for the amount of filament I've been able to accumulate. I'm grateful that nothing really weird has happened with the filament extruders, because this would be a real bad time for that to happen. Maybe earlier would be the worst time, but still, like, everything's been working basically well. The 8 big printers have had a couple issues here and there, but they're doing okay. We've still got a few weeks to go. We've got quite a few sharks. We're gonna have several D20s and several of the pipe trash cans made up ahead of time. So that's very ideal. We're even getting a couple new products coming out. I've got a new product that you guys don't know anything about, and we've got the taco tomorrow. So I'm really grateful that the taco turned out pretty good, and I think the pictures are gonna be pretty funny, pretty hilarious. The more outrageous the pictures, the more likely people are to click on them on Etsy. That's what the goal has always been. I said this in the beginning of the series, but the reason I buy all those crazy clothes at the thrift store, I'm trying to find obnoxious looking stuff, because I just want people to see the picture on Etsy and click on it, because they just can't believe somebody would actually wear that. Whole nother thing I'm grateful for, a lot of you guys ordered your very own Chihuahua from the Scottish 3D. And I don't even know how many orders he ended up getting today. I'm sure he'll tell me later. But yeah, I don't even know if I should encourage you guys to buy more. Like, I don't know how much production he can even handle, but you know, the link is in the previous video. I haven't checked with him. I don't think I'm gonna put the link in the description of this video, but if you really want one, the link is still active in the other one. I just don't want him to get overwhelmed or whatever. But yeah, you guys will be part of the gratitude gang in a much more tangible way. Remember to send me your selfies with this little guy on Etsy, or sorry, on Facebook, and I'll put them in these videos as a montage. But yeah, everything's going good. Nothing to complain about here. So let me know in the comment section what you're grateful for. You guys are the gratitude gang. Let me know the projects you got going on, small moments you're happy about that are bringing you bliss in this life, or small moments of joy, little things you're grateful for. It could be like you just had really good coffee this morning. Sometimes it just hits so good, you know. And you'll probably see this in the morning, so maybe you're drinking coffee right now. If you're drinking coffee right now, write in the comments, and I will read it. And you will probably get a heart, and you'll probably get a thumbs up, and other people might thumbs up your comments, and you can thumbs up other people's comments, so they will get little notifications, and that will make them deeply satisfied. But yeah, looking forward to your selfies with your Chihuahua, looking forward to your comments. I appreciate you guys, and it's been pretty good. It's been a pretty good run so far. Peace out.
Are you hungry?
These are the times that try men's souls.